Welcome back to Tech Around the House. Our topics recently on Tech Around the House have been around smart plugs, devices that you can use to turn lights on, turn fans on, turn multiple devices on and off at the same time, group devices. It's been pretty interesting to see. So around that topic of smart devices, devices that can be controlled with Alexa, is this device. This is a Sonos PLAYBAR wireless speaker. So it's different than other speakers that you may have seen. There are lots of cheap speakers that you can buy from Walmart, Meijer, places like that. You know, throw down $30, $40, $50 and get a speaker. But you don't get this speaker. This speaker is different. I've got a few things that I'll talk about with it, in the lines, kind of in the lines with those smart devices that we have been talking about. First, I'll start off by saying there are multiple models of Sonos speakers. This one is the Sonos PLAYBAR. The newer model is called the Sonos ONE. Why they chose to be confusing about the names, I don't know. But this is the Sonos PLAYBAR. I've had it about a year and I'm very pleased with it. I actually did not buy it. I won it at a nerd meeting that I went to. There was a sponsor there. They had some cool giveaways and this speaker was one of them and I won it. To be quite honest, I don't know that I would spend this kind of money on a speaker, but I would now because I know what the difference is. So start off by kind of what makes it different. First off, it is a heavy speaker. It probably weighs 5 pounds, so it definitely has some beefy hardware in there to make it a decent speaker. You know, if you know anything about speakers, they usually require large electromagnets to make them work, to make them loud. But this one is heavy as an indicator of the quality that it is. The outside is all metal and this top part is plastic, but is very solid and sleek. It is a Wi-Fi speaker, so it's not Bluetooth. You're not gonna pair your cell phone to it and play music to it that way. When you get it, you go through the instructions. When I did this, it actually was very easy to get on the network, your home network. It actually has a cable, it has a plug in the back. I'll get a close-up of that later, but it has a plug in the back that you use to get it set up to your Wi-Fi. And then after it's connected to your Wi-Fi, you can take it wherever you want. Wi-Fi is a better signal. It's a stronger wireless connection. You can go farther from this device. You can take this device farther from your Wi-Fi access point than you could take a Bluetooth device away from your phone. It's a smart device because when you configure it, you'll configure your services like Pandora, Amazon Music, Google Music. You'll configure those services, and once you configure them and log into them, this device is what's logging into them. So you can start music. I mean, this doesn't have a lot of buttons on it, so you'll use your phone to get it started. But once it is started, this is playing on its own. So you can turn your phone totally off, and this continues to play because it is the device that is actually streaming the music from the internet, not your phone. This device does have buttons on top. So it has a play and pause button, and it has volume buttons. So some of the most common features that you would use while your music's playing, other than changing the song that you're on. And so you have these physical buttons that you can use, just a couple to turn it up and down, pause it and play it. So it's Wi-Fi, so it's doing that on its own. You can actually walk up to it anytime that it's not playing and press the play button, and it will begin playing whatever you were playing last. So if you were playing Pandora classical music to go to sleep to, you can walk up and push the button, and it will immediately start streaming from Pandora on its own without your phone. So that's unique. It is a Wi-Fi is a better quality connection. It's faster, so you're able to stream a better quality music than you are through Bluetooth. It has a network connection on the back, so if you have an area that you don't have wireless network access to, you can plug a cable in, and that will be a good solid connection. It does sound amazing. The Sonos speaker has a sound profile that I would consider like Bose. Bose has a sound profile that is very rich. It has a lot of low end, and the speakers are usually pretty small, but when you hear a Bose speaker, you usually recognize just the richness and the quality of the sound, and you pay a price for Bose. This isn't as expensive as Bose, but you definitely get what you pay for. This, it's going to be hard for me to reproduce on camera, because if you're listening to this on a mobile phone, you're not going to be able to reproduce the sound. So it's going to be hard for me to demo the actual sound quality of this, but you get what you pay for. And this has low end, mid, it has high range. It just has a quality that you don't get with a $50 speaker from Walmart. It also has volume, so you can turn it up and it gets pretty loud. So again, this is something that you just have to kind of hear in person, but it is a really good sounding device. It works with Alexa, and so that's one of the reasons that I'm reviewing it or talking about it, is it does work with Alexa. This one is sort of limited. You can basically tell it to start playing, tell it to stop. That's about the extent of your controls. The Sonos ONE, the newer version of this, actually has a microphone built into it so that you can talk to it and use Alexa voice controls. So that's one of the differences between this one and the newer model. One of the other unique things about these Sonos speakers, though, is that you can set these up in pairs. So this speaker can be paired with another Sonos Play One or another Sonos One as a stereo pair. And then you can set these wherever you like, and you actually get stereo sound. You can set these individually in a room. If you want to put one in each room and name them individually, you can play them one at a time. You can play different songs one at a time in every different room, or you can group them and play the same music throughout your entire house with one command, with a grouping. What you can also do is they have a Sonos PLAYBAR, which goes with your TV. It's kind of your typical surround sound TV bar that goes with your TV. And you can pair these with the sound bar and create surround sound, a home theater surround sound system. You can also add a subwoofer as part of that pair. And all of these are wireless. All you have to do is provide power. This is not a battery powered speaker. It's too powerful. It has a power cord of its own. So that's really the only thing with these, is they are wireless. You just have to get power to them. So you set a couple of these by your couch. You set your sub by the couch. You set your play bar up, and you have a full 5.1 surround sound. And these sound great. They sound amazing. So here's a better picture of the Sonos Play One. You can see here on the top that it has the play button and the volume control button, and then it can also be controlled with linked to Amazon Alexa. So there's not a whole lot to look at on the device. On the back, I'll show you right here is the network jack that you use to set it up initially, and that you could use to continue to connect it to your home network if you wanted to. It also has a threaded connector here that you can use to buy a wall mount bracket, and that is what holds it to the wall mount bracket. So you can mount it to the walls if you want to do it in a home theater system. You know, the only consideration there is that you would need to get power to the device. So what I'll do here is just give you an example of controlling it with Alexa. Play, Keith, play. So as you can hear, probably that is playing now. And I can adjust the volume here. And this is only about halfway up. You probably can't really tell a whole lot about that, hearing it through this recording. But I can also pause it, and I can play it without touching my phone. So I know it's kind of a basic example, but sometimes it's good just to see it in action. And so that is the Sonos Play One in action.